Hey everyone, this Fire Phoenix really got a lot of potential except for the handle, which is nightmarish to open. You are all asking me how I open it, and I all tell you the same thing, like you don't want to see how I remove, and I had to re-screw it and convert it to a screw port everywhere so I can reuse my blaster because I went way too hard on it. But now, since I received my tan version of this little blaster, I think I have a recipe. I finally was able to open it without breaking any pin. And here's how. I'm that old nerve guy. Welcome to that. As I was saying, I was trying to find a way to remove that handle cleanly. I was waiting for this tan version to arrive to have a clean handle because the handle on my gray one didn't survive that much. I broke 3 pins inside, which I had to convert into screw ports. Works perfectly. The handle holds very tight. It's not gonna move and it's not in the way. But it's more work and it's more like a repair job. I want to remove it without breaking anything, and I think I finally managed to do it on this one. As you see here, it is already split open. I was gonna open this one to check the seal on it and take measurement for a Talon mag adapter on it, homemade, based on a Adventure Force mag adapter, which I cut down to have just a good spacer, and I'm making a catch in it to install inside my mag well so it's gonna accept angle Talon. But for this handle is very stubborn on this blaster. This is basically the only problem, the only obstacle you're gonna have while trying to open this blaster, because this handle is clipped tight shut. I mean, the pins are holding into the hole so tight it's not moving. But I find a way to slowly but surely remove it. I took some of my mechanics experience removing trims into modern car, which is not very fun because they clip them more and more. And this is kind of similar. This thing is crazy. You need to unstuck the pin, then you need to slightly widen it, then you need to widen this part, and then comes the time to unclip this part here, which is the worst one. There's 2 pin here. Those 2 pin will break on you if you put whatever's force on it. If you just put too much strength, it's gonna snap. But there is a trick. When you're gonna have it, the handle is gonna be tight shut more than this one. This one got a line because I cut all around it. Don't do that. It's not worth it. But you will need to press those 2 portions here very hard with your hand. So you're gonna hear a little click inside, which is gonna free the pin here. It's gonna free the plastic which is stuck together since it's being built at the manufacturer. And then it's gonna slightly open a gap here, and this gap here, it's what's gonna help you. Once this gap is open, you're gonna need just a couple of things. You're gonna need a thick flathead screwdriver. I mean, it's 1 millimeter thick. You don't want to have a thin one. You really want it to be in your gap and slowly pry without hurting the plastic. You're gonna need an old card, plastic card, point card, club card that you got to go around the line in it without hurting anything, and a small wooden stick, a skewer stick with a pointy tip will help you. First thing, you have this little crack. You will go all around with the card. I'm not gonna do it on this one, but you're gonna go all around as much as you can on this, so you have an equal line everywhere. Once this line is open, you might want to take the wooden stick to pass into that line and to push on one side, so it's gonna slowly stretch. But your line is still gonna be 1/16 of an inch wide. It's not going to be very, very big. It's at that moment that you will be able to slowly pry the bottom and the bottom corner on each side with your screwdriver once it's well seated in. You will see there is a little lip, a little ridge all around it. So you're going, when your screwdriver rests on that ridge, this is as far as you want to go in. So don't try to push it all the way through. There is a little pin to stabilize this handle, and so far I managed to unclip it without breaking a single one of them. Once this part will be slightly widened, then you're gonna attack the stubborn one. The two stubborn pins are the one that I broke on mine, which are the one with the screw. But to attack them, you need to push this part, push the plastic open, split it open, without twisting it, without bending it. The easiest way I found is to take the flat way of my skewer stick. You really hold it, but you don't need a lot of strength to do it. Then you go down, you press the trigger, because pressing the trigger will give you access to a small corner of this handle from the interior, just on the side. So you will press the trigger, and then you will push on your plastic a bit. This will spread open this little portion here on the trigger guard. This one is the most stubborn of all. So you need to split this one open before you go for the rear one. When you go on the rear one, normally you are already split on each side. You take your skewer stick, you avoid the little plastic pin, and you go all the way trying to widen it. Normally, since you have all the other side widened, this one is going to follow. If you need help, take your screwdriver a bit. Don't mind this one because it's all scratched and it's a little roughed up, but it's the first one I had. It's the one I broke the pin. This one, I took my time to really cleanly open it. It is rather clean. There is a little notch here and there because I use a metal screwdriver, which I'm not a fan of, but this is going to be easy fixable, and it's almost not going to be visible. But once you did it, you see there is a little pin in that trigger guard here. That is the main problem. And a little pin at the base here. You got a pin in the middle, a pin plain center in the handle, and you got two pins right here. And those you can't really put something inside to spread open because there is the counterweight, the metal counterweight inside the handle. So yeah, that is kind of a problem. Once you are done with this, let me just put this one here. Once you are done with this, it should be rather easy to just open it with something like a wooden stick so you don't hurt anything. Yeah. And this handle is removed. Every pin is there. Every little pin holes are empty here. Every main pin are there. Those are the ones that are really stuck in the bottom of those. If you want to convert this to a screw port, for this one, I'm not going to completely clip it. For this Valkyrie, I went from this side, sorry, Fire Phoenix. I went from this side and I managed my two holes because they were snapped off at the base, but they were not true. So I could still center my hole, and since they are hollow, I glued them at the bottom of the hole. So this way, when I closed it, I had my two screw part right at the top and I could put down my screw. Same thing for this one here, which I snapped at the base. I did the same thing for the screw part. The two other one, I was dumb enough to cut them with a cutter knife, so they were split in half. Not really fixable, but still it's working. My gray Fire Phoenix is perfectly openable, maintainable, and the handle is very stiff. This one might be better because nothing is broken. I'm going to be able to just reclip it when I'm done, and everything is going to be perfect. So yeah, there is a way to open this handle. It took me honestly 10 minutes of fiddling, 15 minutes of once I understood how to open it without breaking all of the little pins inside. I hope that answers the question that many of you ask me about this handle, because you really need to open it before you open the rest of the blaster. There is a screw behind it, and that's my main concern, because this blaster got a lot of potential, and at one condition, that you can remove this screw. Plus, I am still waiting on the CNC part to put in it. That's why I removed the handle. The handle might stay removed like that until I receive the part, because I might even put a barrel on it. I have a recipe to change the barrel on this blaster. Plus, with the new metal part, I think it's going to be way more potent than where it's right now. Plus, I am taking my measurement and finishing my Angle Talon magazine for this Angle Talon adapter for this blaster. It's a simple one. Honestly, I could do it with a piece of wood, part of a rubber band, and a little piece of plastic, but I'm doing it the hard way with part of a mag adapter, so it can be a permanent mod in this one, and this one will not need the proprietary magazine. I will convert it to Angle Talon. The other one, I already have a few spare magazines for this one, so they are both fully usable. And at the moment, to be honest, I tested this one. It is slightly above the performance I had with my gray one, so very happy with my second buy. Same brand, it's the Topsolid Fire Phoenix. This was incredible. Same thing as the little K2 blaster. I'm gonna leave both links in the description. Hope it answered the question how to open this blaster safely without breaking it. That's it for this small video. In the meantime, you can always follow me on Facebook and Instagram at @thatoldnerveguy. Please leave a like and comment, subscribe for more content. Don't forget to hit that bell to notify for my latest video. This was Dave Fatag. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.